Standing on the very same turf that has played host to tennis's all-time greats, the All England Club is once again the stage of the Inter-Services Tennis Championships. In attendance are the top-seeded players from across the armed forces, with gentlemen's and ladies' individual and team titles at stake. Sunny conditions on day one presented a rare opportunity for the players, a chance to play on Wimbledon's famous grass courts. In the men's singles, the RAF got off to a strong start, as their number one seeded player, Flight Lieutenant James Marchant, beat Royal Navy number one, Lieutenant Doug Trimmer, in straight sets, a win that would help him to bag the men's title. The Air Force's success continued in the women's singles, as their number one seed, Air Specialist Class 1 Eve Brady, beat her Navy counterpart, leading naval nurse Sunny Parker. The RAF Coningsby-based aircraft technician valiantly beat her Navy opponent in straight sets, on her way to win the women's title.
This was the first time playing singles against Sunny. We played doubles last year, and that was a good game as well, so yeah, first time playing singles against her.
Your expectations then coming into this tournament, it's great to be back on the grass courts of Wimbledon, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. We were lucky to get on actually, because we were worried we'd have to play inside, but again, it's an honour to be on the grass, so all good.
And in terms of your preparations ahead of this, getting a win first up is fantastic, but I imagine you've done a little bit of work on the courts going into this tournament.
Yeah, it's been limited this year because we've had quite wet weather recently, but we've managed to get on the grass a couple of times in the lead up to the Inters, so yeah, it's not been too bad, but we were prepping for both, so indoors and the grass.
What's it like coming here? Because this is a fantastic venue, not everybody gets to do it, and to say that you've won a match at Wimbledon, those thoughts and emotions.
Yeah, it's good. I think we're definitely the worst players able to play on these courts, so we're very lucky. Yeah, it's great. The grass is perfect. Line judges and umpires not used to having that, so it's brilliant. Absolutely love it.
Day two of the championships saw the top-seeded doubles players forced into the indoor courts, as wet weather deemed it impossible to continue on the grass. Whilst it may not be the same as playing on the grass court of Wimbledon, playing on the hard floors did not dampen the standard of play. The Army was on a roll, as number 3 seeds, Lieutenant Colonel Maddie Lewis and Private Georgie Mullen, beat their RAF opponents in straight sets with relative ease. Meanwhile, the Army men's number 1 seeds, Major Ben Rogers and 2nd Lieutenant Luke Pittman, began their match as they mean to go on, acing their way through their first set. Their top-seeded Navy opponents, Lieutenant Commander Andy Rogers and Lieutenant Doug Trimmer, weren't going to back down without a fight, frustrating the Army to build a healthy lead in the second set. But the Army pair got their game back on track and staged an impressive comeback to eventually beat their Navy opponents 6-3 to 6-4.
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, we're indoors today, so it's a little bit disappointing we didn't get on the grass. But we've been training indoors in Manchester prior to this event, so we've had a lot of practice on the indoor hard. So there wasn't too many adjustments. But yeah, really pleased with the outcome.
Just one last question. I know you're inside today, not out on the grass, but how does it feel to be playing on this ground here at the All England Club, world famous, and great opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool for me. I mean, I've personally never played here before, so it's a pretty awesome thing to say you've done. So a nice little perk for being in the Army. But yeah, it's been pretty awesome. Shame we couldn't get on the grass, but hopefully get back again next year with some better weather. But yeah, it's great to be here.
Despite the dark and stormy weather, it would be the Army men and women who shined on day 2 to win the men's and women's overall titles. The Army also took the men's Masters title, whilst the RAF went on to win the women's Masters. Craig Tilley, Forces News, Wimbledon.